Hey, just testing my glass in this furnace behind me. It's full of junk that I've been throwing into a crucible for a couple of years, and it was actually just a big wad of glass that was frozen, so I brought it up to temperature over the past couple of days. I'm going to see if I can get any glass out of it. Stuff on top's pretty dirty. See all the junk in there? I haven't quite figured out what angle I'm going to want to do to get all of these spots where the action is taking place. Focus. Got a couple other cameras I'm going to probably spot around here, but they won't be available live. Nothing going on with that yet. I think the glass is a little bit cold. A lot of messy stuff in there. Stuff on top is particularly nasty. I just toss that in the water. It will turn into powder and fall off the rod. What I guess I would like to do is the top of the crucible, it's going to have like all the oxidation and crap on top. So I'll gather around that surface and try to pick that off as it's heating up the first time. Clean it up, and maybe tomorrow I can actually get some stuff out of it. This is usually what I pull out of my recycle. It's this bluish, just recycled rod I use for handles, cores and such. But you can sometimes make marbles out of it, or paperweights, or other stuff. This is a short rod, so use a glove. That's a heat shield. This is my steel marber. It's shaked a little bit as I pull it out. I don't have a circular tube that I can put this in, so I'm just using my torch right now. Most of the time, I'm happy with just the torch because it's quieter and cleaner flame. I don't like working for hours and hours around the noise of the blower. Drives me crazy. I'm just going to use this gather now to roll around the surface. Get that glass in there and peel off the surface. This actually looks pretty cool though. Should probably, I've got my nailer on, I might go ahead and just roll up a marble or a blob or something. See what this looks like when it freezes again. So we get one more nail out of it. The mold. Start shaping it. Now let's see what can I do here. Yeah, that is some ugly glass right there. Put a handle on it. On the other side. We'll heat off this punty side. The large gathering rod. This one here. Oops. Oops. Not as firm attachment point as I want it. Back in there. Alright. Take two. Let's see if we can get a better view over here. There we go. This glass is very stiff, full of weird colors and impurities. I'm just messing around. It's always fun to make a marble and see what it turns out like. It'll be gross, but man, that glass is hard. Let's crank it up. It might just be too cool too, because I haven't used the furnace since probably January or February, before I went traveling last time. So, moving slow and losing all my heat. Alright, now we're getting spherical. This is sort of a very roughing marble mold. Alright, spherical messed up surface. Let's clear it up. Get my cherry wood paddles out in a second here. I hope there's some water in there. I covered it up last week, but I didn't check it like I usually would if I was going to start working. About 5 other things going today while all this was heating up. Always exciting heating up your glass. Your furnace has been cold for a while, so you got to keep busy to pass the time. Otherwise, it'd be just jumping around like an idiot. When's my glass gonna be done? When's my glass gonna be done? There we go. Sphering up. Alright, let's get a glass plenty on the other side. Just get that tip clean, get that flame blast in here. Just rein it in a little bit. Crap on my torch. Mayhem. Just attaching my glass punty. And I'll detach my steel one. My steel ones are looking a little bit rough on this end that I usually, as you can see, how they're like evaporating. And it's cleaner. So I'll fix those up. That steel attachment point left some garbage in there. I mean, technically this marble is all garbage, so I could leave that in there, but I want to see what it's going to look like when it cools down. It might be funky. It'd be cool. I don't know. I think when I get that, the surface of that crucible cleaner of some of the really dirty glass. I've got a bunch of stained glass upstairs that I can like put pieces in on top of the furnace and then pick up off the surface of the glass and make some just fun spheres. I want to try to do some marble stand pressings out of stained glass. Don't quite have my mold ready, but I never think about it until I'm ready to go with the glass. Alright, that's good to go. Let's show the detachment method. Oh, that's pretty good.
Hello.
Hi there.
I'm just going to go upstairs and do a first night of some knee exercises on your equipment upstairs.
Okay, cool. There is no leg attachment for that weight bench anymore. If
Oh.
you're looking for that.
Okay, never mind.
I did. I actually sawed that off.
Oh. Sure.
It was
Annoying.
no, it was broken and unsafe.
Oh.
But check out my first marble out of the crucible furnace. You can step on that if you want. Be real careful.
Ooh, stringy.
Ooh, what?
Stringy.
Is it? Okay, I got a piece or something on the lid. It's really dirty in there. So this is actually
Neato.
filming. This is the first time I've had this angle out for my
Oh.
Pavliscak Studios group. Check it out. Ugliest marble ever.
I think it's very earthy looking.
It might be really
and
cool.
it might be really cool. I love. Ooh, you're at 2046. That's cool.
Isn't it?
Yay! No broken heating elements. Yay!
The one of the elements on the inside had actually fallen out and was draped down.
Ooh.
But it's brittle, so you can't change it now.
Yeah.
So it's like, well,
It'll turn to dust.
I'm going to use it and see how much I can get out of this old junk crucible full of recycled stuff before it breaks.
Uh-huh.
And when it breaks, I'm just going to throw all that away and start over with some nice new glass and a new crucible.
Right. Not a new furnace.
No, I just replace the elements usually every other year.
Yep.
Sometimes they break like fast.
And this is the one that they laugh at you because you've got such an old... Hey, it stayed together. What the hell?
Stay together.
I better not get too close.
I think it's
About
on
to
it.
explode.
No, it's cold. It's not like borosilicate where it will explode with stress.
Oh.
Look at that. Whoa.
Interesting found object.
It's if you tap it or dry it out,
It
it'll
probably
fall
go
into dust.
Wow.
So, you're thinking of adding some stress to your knee?
I was thinking of adding some physical therapy of one type or another. I wish I could stop at work, and I've got some of those bands that have handles on the ends of them at work, and if you lash those around some heavy piece of furniture of the right
What about just
shape,
doing
you
some
can...
isolated motions at first, and then maybe like adding a little weight belt or something?
I suppose. I don't have the patience for that, though.
Yeah.
I want to just add some weight, do 5 of them, and call it done.
Ooh, let's see if I can get a close up here. Can you adjust my camera so
Yes,
when
I
I go
can.
in there, you can see it? I don't think I'll be able to zoom because it's on Facebook Live. So I just have to use it. It is very streamy because I don't think it's quite.
Hey, Sue's here. Says Catherine Allison. I don't know Catherine Allison.
That,
Hello, Catherine Allison.
Kathy is one of the gals I went to my 20th reunion with Lori and
Cool.
Madonna and Kathy. We had a blast. Now that it's orange, you can see like all the swirls of weird stuff in there.
Yes, you can. I can. I think you can even see a little bit of it through here.
Yeah.
Put the flame behind it. There you go. You can see a little refractory through the molten stuff.
So if I cook this glass, which means I turn it like way up, and then I squeeze it down
Right.
to 1500 degrees, it like homogenizes all that color and gets rid of a lot of the bubbles. But this is like the first time I've had molten glass for like 6 months, so I'm just having a
Don't drop it.
fun time. Oh no! Well, I just want to make another tiny marble out of this. can you go wrong with a little marble?
Smile.
Now we'll switch it to the other side. So, but how was...
Did you add frit to that?
No, that's just full,
Oh, wow.
full stuff.
Huh.
So, it was a crucible full of glass, like solid glass, with like about an inch of all my mistakes and broken things that I had thrown on top of it.
Oh, that's right.
And so the bottom part is probably all blue and smooth, but the stuff on the top is all kinds of weird stuff.
Franken glass.
So if we had another glass blower here, I would just hand this off to the other person and they would go get another gather on that. But since it's just me...
Oh, sorry. I almost volunteered.
Well, once you had more glass, what would we do with it? We don't have another torch set up. Oh, and I meant to ask, so your knee was good on your run today, though?
Mm-hmm. Because I was going straight on a flat surface. It only seems to be...
Yeah, you didn't go up the mountain?
Yeah, or down. Or down. Any up or down, which is really weird.
I ran the last 3/4 of a mile home on the flat.
Hey, Sue wants to know, and I want to know why it's not Wednesday. Why are you doing marbles? Just because you were heating up your furnace, and so.
Yes, I was waiting till after our camping trip.
Got it.
To fire up the furnace, and so on Monday morning, as early as possible,
You fired that son bitch up
Yeah.
and said, "All right, let's party. Whole new ball game."
Yes, exactly.
Or in this case, whole new marble game.
Tiny glass ball game.
Tiny glass ball game.
But I've been waiting to do this until after that because I wanted to have uninterrupted time.
You got it.
And you never know. I mean, I might just decide to work that and get it empty in like 3 days, but you don't know what's going to happen.
Now, why are you pausing before putting it on the wet?
Oh, so I'm letting it calm down. I always
Why calm?
overheat it first and then let it drop back to the temperature where I want to put it in the molds.
Why don't you want to put it in that wet mold thing like right away?
It might stick to the
Get out of here.
mold and make a little line. If it's too hot, even though it hits the wet wood, it's going to vaporize the wet wood and deposit it on the surface of the glass.
Okay, there you have it.
So, just things you learn from making a bajillion mistakes. Look how cool that is.
Wow. How
like
to not
no
fuck
design,
up.
just totally random.
Yep.
These are the ones, the slugs that I want to press into a mold that is a marble mold. That has like a little studio logo on it or something. But I keep never making that mold.
Mm-hmm. What the fuck, George?
I am
I'm kidding.
dumb and lazy, I guess.
So the glass for the front of my oils cabinet,
Yes.
in a perfect world, it would be some vintage glass.
Yeah.
Do we have any such thing?
That window that you just got.
Well, John kind of said he wanted it, and so
Okay.
I was kind of wanting to give it to him, but I'm
You
not
can.
so unshallow as to not take back the thing that I was...
No, I have some Baroque glass. Which
You
is,
seem to infer from the past that you had something like that.
I have seedy glass and Baroque glass that you can still see through, but it's got like waves in it and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's like almost over the top, artificially old. Pretty good.
I'll take a look at that.
I'll cut it for you, and if you like it, you like it. If you
Connie Pronk is here. Sorry.
don't.
Hey, Connie.
We're just messing around with the big furnace. You get to see that in another minute, because this marble is done. I'm just making weird, gross marbles out of my furnace.
So y'all being treated to a rare
An extra.
bonus Tuesday night.
Plus, this is like all blooper reel. That's too big. It's a smaller one. Definitely have like these little wire ones that I like. Ones that I don't. Here's a medium size one, but it doesn't have the right tilt. Blue marble with stuff in it. Into the Indian oven.
Now what?
Now I'm going to go in the furnace again and see what it looks like.
So
There's still a
Connie
lot.
can see what...
Still a lot of, yeah, still a lot of dirty stuff on the top. It's probably hard to see without
Right.
those. You could try holding a lens in front of the camera like that.
I'll give it a try.
Otherwise, I have these little ones.
Oops. Let's see.
Those were for my webcams, but I pulled everything out.
Oops.
Looking at that failure. Start over.
It looks like it might work.
It's filtering out the sodium flare on that.
Yes, it is.
No.
Let's get in here and have a closer look, folks. I don't know. You still can't see a whole heck of a lot of detail.
It's taking out. Alright, let's go in the furnace. And my glove, my special giant glove. I'll just go right back in there as soon as I shape this down a little bit.
It's interesting. Your camera adjusts.
Yeah. So I put too much of the rod in. You can see it's almost all that rod is covered with glass. It should be just the bottom 1/4 inch to 1/2 inch covered. Now the next gather I get, I'm just going to get on the end of it and not cover over that all that other glass.
Oh, you know what? Okay. Yeah, the camera's doing that thing that people always make the mistake of, where you're holding a tiny thing in front of a big field and it's focusing on the field in the background.
Right. So you can see I tried to get the second gather.
So hold it down next to the surface. There we go.
Tried to get the second gather closer to the end.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm going to roll it so that it pushes it down away from the end of the rod. And you can see like there's some ash or something in there.
It totally looks like arteries or capillaries through flesh.
Yeah, it's
I
gross.
think.
Let's make a marble out of it. Glass has impurities. You can tell it wants to burn and bubble on the surface.
Boil and bubble.
Yes, you always want, ideally, to have like super nice, clean glass in your furnace. And so you notice when I'm going in there, I'm being very gentle with that foot pedal and the lid so that I'm not jarring brick dust down into it. Usually at the beginning of the day, too, I will come in with a gatherer, usually about this size, all the crap off the surface before I start actually making marbles. Special fun garbage marbles. All punty in there? I think it is. I don't think I could. Maybe. Oh, okay. Let's make something fun here. With a little whiptail around it.
It's like a little piggy tail.
And we'll smush it back in and you'll be able to see that design on the surface. That will be like a design like some of the old hand-gathered, machine-rolled marbles. Thanks for being my camera person.
It's fun.
Don't feel like you need to stay. If you've got something better to do, I can just stick it somewhere. I was kind of moving it around a little bit. Won't be as good as job as you following me around, but whatever. Like you said, bonus footage. Plus, I'm trying to figure out how, over the next couple of weeks, if I have this thing going, how I'm going to do my demo. Best.
If you have two cameras going, you could have a split screen. Is it possible? And then you could edit it when you produce a final version. But meanwhile, people could watch from one or the other camera.
So I had been messing around with having two cameras with that computer that was in here, but the lag or latency, because of having to go through the USB bus with two cameras, was making the quality of both of the cameras poor.
Ah, there you go. Bad news.
So I think the answer is that I've got 4 GoPros, so I can have those like from above and over there and all around, and then still go live through the telephone. I mean, cell phone. And then edit all of them together, zooming in and out of whichever one. I don't like editing video.
Me neither.
That is not what I want to spend my time
I'll
doing.
go through great lengths to set things up cropped and framed appropriately originally so that I don't have to edit.
But having titles and having multiple cam angles and being able to zoom in and out and add music and go back and edit the narrative would make, and edit it down to like 30 minutes, would make it a much more accessible
You're
thing
absolutely
to watch.
right. Because when I watch YouTube videos and people they've overdubbed instructions, the audio quality is usually much, much better.
I mean, I already have so much to do with making stuff, getting it on the website, selling it,
Yeah, yeah.
doing everything. Being a video editor too is not something that I want to devote my time to. It is, the final product is something I'm interested in. So I keep thinking I should do like 1 or 2 and see.
How bad is it really?
Yeah. And maybe the ultimate goal would be to make like one, really nice demo for flower molds, one really nice demo for enamel marbles, one really nice demo for monsters. And then that would just be the demo people watched, rather than just hearing me yap each time. Because every time it's different and it's interesting, but, a lot of the marbles are very similar in construction. So, I don't know, I'm torn.
I don't know, if I had to use that painting dude that I'm watching his videos,
Right.
It ends up being a repertoire of, here's a beginner video where I'm going to cover all the boring stuff that people who've painted more than 2 paintings already know and don't want to hear over and over again.
Yes.
But which are very important for a beginner to know. And then he'll have a video where he's discussing the nuance of highlighting texture. And
It doesn't, yeah, I understand that if you had a technique video, it would be great to not even have sound on it, because probably people are sick of hearing the narrative. They just want to see it. But yes, your point is well taken. It's something I talk about a lot, but I never generally show people.
That's so cool.
You got to heat that strongly so it pulls in, but you don't want to burn the glass. I'm going to come around by you. Junky marbles.
Again!
Alright.
Oh, I gotta go in and watch my TV show.
Yeah, and I don't want to have the annealing oven on all night, so I'm probably just going to clean the surface of that and pull out some rods or just dump some junk. It'll be fun to watch. I'll just yap. Thank you, Barb.
You're welcome.
Let's go back over here so you can see the furnace and the porch. Cool. made you a muffin. It's a little bit tough because I made it out of aluminum. Light bulb. My next gather, okay, from the end of this rod up. Not important, I'm just gathering this to get the crap off the surface, the junk glass. Bigger light bulb. Ooh, maybe there. See the shadows of the earlier gathers under there because it's so dirty. If it was clean, you wouldn't be able to see those lines between gathers. I'm going to get one more and then probably dump it in the water. Still a little bit hot. Oh no! Making some steam. Next one. I'm actually probably just going to get one more, getting the dust and stuff off the surface, then I'm going to turn it back down for the night. I think. Let's see how this next one goes. Still a lot of stuff on there. let's pull something. Show a rod. Show a rod pull. I don't have my concrete blocks set up, so I'm going to do a small one. If I had my concrete blocks set up, I can sort of like push it over with my shoulder and let it come back down, use it as a vise. To hold one end. And then the other end, I can be spinning and pulling. But for that size, I can hold it with my hand. One more gathered, be about 8 feet long probably. There's a lot of junk in there. It actually got twisted, looks kind of cool. Who knows what color that is? Gray, probably. So, if this was on the ground, I would grab my little tile cutters, which, and just put that off. And then I like to get those in water right away. Pop my spring off my cutters. Oh well. And then this. And then this part, you just heat up, get your next gather on. If it gets too cold, you can just start over. Take it and put it in the water. And that last big gather was on there. Just reheat that one. These have to be orange hot, otherwise the glass won't stick to them. Let's see, I wonder if I can find my spring. Where did it go? Springing. There it is. Let's fix it. There we go. They're home. Alright. Let's pull another rod. That's glass is off the end of the punty rod. So if I was going to decorate this, I could like take a color rod, stripe. Now let's get some glass over top of it. Just evening out that gather. Marble plate. This is a steel marble plate, so I have longer to work, and this is a hotter piece of glass. So you can see the gather comes off the end here. If you just want the middle part, you can pop that end off. Let's do that. So this is all just unadorned on the inside. Let's narrow that down, neck it off. And then chill it. Pops off. There's the little nub. And that's crappy glass. In the water. And on there. Heat our gather back up. Even the heat out. And let's twist it. And pull it. It's not evening out yet. So I'll have the reach for it. Up. I made a nice uneven one there. It's loose at the bottom and super tight at the top. We'll call that a C-, D+. And get this off. Let's cut that off right there. Find a nice flat spot over here. And let's grab that first one that we made. It's probably cool, but I'm going to grab it with tweezers. See how ugly it is now that it's cooled off. Oh my god. It's like the worst color ever. It's like, I don't even know. I'll take a picture of it after light tomorrow. Alright. So this put to sleep tomorrow, which means down to 1800. Stuff away. oxygen, right side. Low side.